Speaking of kind of drawn-out processes, you wrote a letter to the Prime Minister back in the beginning of May, flagging your concerns over vacancies and a sort of delay in filling those vacancies. What, in your view, is the consequence of jeopardizing Canadians' faith in our justice system, or a lack of access to the justice system?
Yeah, well, during the last meeting of the CJC, the Chief Justices across the country were of the same opinion. In their province, there is a major problem about vacancies not filled. And that creates many, many unforeseen consequences. One of which is when you don't have enough judges, of course, there are some postponement of cases. And the damages are very high in criminal cases because of Jordan, because of the delays. Judges are now called to decide which case will proceed first. And we're talking about violent crimes here. And if, because of a lack of judges, there would be too many stay of proceedings, that could create, in the mind of people, a lack of trust about our justice system. The Associate Chief Justice of the Superior Court in Montreal, the position is vacant for more than 14 months. Why?
Is there any excuse you can imagine would justify that?
I don't have any explanations, but that's the reason why I wanted the Prime Minister to know about it. So I explained to him what were the consequences of not filling vacant positions. And I'm still optimistic because he phoned me back following my letter, and he told me that he will look into the matter. And he still wants to, of course, to appoint the best possible candidates, but he now knows about the consequences.
Do you believe the best possible candidates can be appointed within a shorter amount of time?
I would believe so.
What is the risk? You described it as the potential to create a lack of trust. What is the risk created by a lack of trust?
Well, if there are, for instance, if there are stay of proceedings in serious criminal matters, we're talking about murder, sexual assault, violence against intimate partner. If there are too many stay of proceedings, people will lose faith in the justice system. When you lose faith in your institution, that creates problems for democracy. And we don't want that in Canada.
Do you believe Canadians can sometimes be misguided in their the ideas that we hold that we might be immune from the things we are witnessing at this very moment, on this very day, for example, in the United States, where some Republicans say that the justice system has been weaponized against the former president there. Do you think that we are immune from that kind of crisis of confidence in the justice system?
We're not immune. We're not immune. And we have to be vigilant. But we're happy to be living in Canada. I think we have a strong democracy at this time. I think the rule of law is well respected. I think we have strong institutions. But we have to work for it. And it would be a mistake to take that for granted. And we lived through some experiences last year. There's a lot of disinformation and misinformation, essentially through the social media. So it's up to us, I mean, the stakeholders in the justice system, to explain to the people who we are, what we do, and why we do it, so that people would understand